Hello, today I'm going to be debunking another power scaling video. This one is titled something along the lines of Spider-Man can defeat Homelander. It's by a channel called Zupa.
Ever since the Boys show released on Amazon, there have been countless discussions and debates on what characters Homelander could beat and which ones he'd lose to. Typically the latter. While I will admit a lot of it is just people bullying the character, this is a Homelander matchup I feel needs to be put to bed once and for all. There are a decent number of people who believe Homelander could defeat Spider-Man. Some flat out deny
because he can.
The idea he couldn't simply because he's a Superman bootleg. No, I am not kidding. Now, if you don't know these characters, that's totally fine, and I hope this video fixed that for you. If you just like Homelander, that's fine too, and don't consider this an attack against you. This is more a debunk of toxic Homelander stands. With that out of the way...
How are the Homelander fans toxic? Like, I'm pretty sure it's the MCU, DCU, pretty much everybody else, but the Boys fans and Invincible fans that are the toxic ones. I'll be scrolling on Reddit and just say, Homelander can beat somebody, and then everybody, literally everybody, will start sending me death threats. And every Homelander fan I see just wants their character to beat somebody. But MCU fans, DC and Marvel, whatever, they can't handle that. So no, it's not the Boys fans that is toxic, it's the Marvel/DC fans.
This is why Spider-Man would absolutely beat Homelander.
No, he wouldn't. That's the title of the video, by the way.
For this, I'll try bringing up all the popular talking points and debunk them one by one. I'll also mostly use examples of feats and abilities from the live-action variants of both of these characters, since that's what most people think of when scaling them. However, I will be taking comics into account when explaining abilities. Spider-Man isn't even bulletproof. This is probably the most popular point made by Homer stands with...
Because he isn't. And why'd you call him Homer? It's Homie.
When trying to downplay Peter. That he must be weak simply because he's susceptible to bullets, totally unaware that there are different types of durability. But look at Peter being hit by...
Yes, there are durability, and that was from Mysterio. We don't know if it was the full force of a train.
Train, or taking multiple blows from Sandman only to get up both times with minimal damage. This is far more damage than any bullets could output, and I...
Hold up, are we using all three forms of Spider-Man, plus the comics? We better be giving Homelander MCU, we better be giving Homelander Mortal Kombat, DCKO, comics, and TV show, and Diabolical, if we're gonna go that route.
Name many more examples. Sure, Peter can be shot or impaled, but it's clear he can absolutely take a beating. Leagues better than anything Homelander has ever dealt with. Homer stands will try...
Has Spider-Man tanked a nuclear explosion straight to the face? I don't think so.
To dismiss this, waving off both times in movies or books where he was hit by Hulk-level characters as one-off instances or from old comics. Well, recently in Spider-Verse, Peter was hit multiple times.
So we are using comics and all forms of Spider-Man media, but only the TV show Homelander.
By Moreland, after admitting he hits like the Hulk. And in Infinity War, we see him casually hold back an attack from Black Dwarf, someone that later rips up the Hulkbuster Mark II. Even Hulk, multiple times in the comics, has admitted Peter is strong. This proves it is absolutely not inconsistent, so I don't want to hear it. I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but Peter pulls his punches to avoid seriously wounding villains, and doesn't brace for attacks to avoid breaking their...
Yes, he does, which is why he would lose to Homelander. Spider-Man would be trying to hold back, not knowing exactly what Homelander is. Homelander would be fighting to kill. Who's to say that while Spider-Man's swinging around, Homelander wouldn't just be spamming heat vision, chasing him around with heat vision, making it impossible for Peter to tag him?
Wrists.
At some point, I stopped pulling my punches.
On the other end, Homelander has consistently shown to be hurt by building level characters and was even impaled by a metal straw. Now people will
The same straw that would knock Peter's head off. Like, we can't honestly say that if Spider-Man was in that situation being stabbed in the head by a metal straw by Queen Maeve, it wouldn't knock his head off or do the exact same amount of damage.
Suggest this is simply a weak spot, and the rest of him is able to tank nukes, based off a vague threat that all weapons on Earth have failed against him, which is questionable at best. If his ears are weak enough to be pierced by a metal straw and his skin can be bruised by building level characters, he is going to be
Building level? You're calling Soldier Boy building level? I know exactly what type of person you are.
absolutely obliterated by a nuclear explosion. That, on top of him admitting that he was hurt by the oven. Not damaged, granted, but hurt.
When he was a baby.
He's at the very least not tanking nukes point blank. Spider-Man isn't...
He did, though, in Diabolical. Have you even read any of the boys' comics or watched Diabolical? Like, hell, have you even played Mortal Kombat? Or read DCKO?
as fast as Homelander. This is one that I see a lot, and it always confuses me. Did people just forget about this guy? Even the slowest versions of Spidey can typically dodge lightning. We're shown in Andrew's film he's fast enough to think and react.
A-Train was able to dodge Starlight's light blast. Unless you want to go the classic Spider-Man fan route saying, oh, Starlight's blast aren't made of light.
After Electro's attack was fired. This is ignoring the fact that the director straight up confirmed that Electro is light speed.
Current or into a light socket or into an electrolyte. Like, how do you fight somebody who can move at the speed of light?
And that's only lightning. Spidey has dodged lasers multiple times across all forms of media, and kept...
So is Soldier Boy and A-Train. And Homelander is faster than both.
up with people that have reacted to lasers or multiple times faster than light characters. When Peter gets serious, he can statue Firelord, a herald of Galactus. Even if you want to somehow chalk all of this up to just his spider sense, it wouldn't change anything as Homelander doesn't have a way to disable or counter it. Well, what about A-Train? We saw him pulling trains and dodging Starlight's beam. He was juiced. Both times he was on super steroids. Well, what about Homeland?
He was in the middle of a heart attack. And yes, I've seen your video responding to a debunk. And you stated, why was he on that heart attack? But not to mention, he was still on the heart attack. Just because you're juiced, you're still having a heart attack during it.
There's flight speed. There's no way Spidey can. His flight speed isn't as quick as his running speed. Otherwise, he would have saved.
Yes, it is. Have you watched Diabolical? He was able to statue those people and take their guns.
All those people on that plane like Quicksilver. We've only ever been told and shown that his top flight speed is about Mach 1. Well, no.
That was just him casually searching for translucents. We were never stated, or nobody ever confirmed that was his top flight speed. We haven't seen his top flight speed yet.
Must be faster. He said he's gone to space before. Okay. Where are you getting he flew up like a rocket? When you can totally defy gravity, you could, in theory, float up to space like a balloon. In reality, Homelander's best speed feat is saving Butcher and a baby before an explosion can even make contact with Butcher's body. I won't deny this is fast, but he's not anywhere near Spidey even on a bad day. But sure, Homelander flies faster than Spidey swings. Well, what about Green Goblin? He has trouble fighting that guy. This is how you know someone is trying to downplay. When they're backed into a corner, they'll specifically bring up Green Goblin to pretend the movies everyone and their grandma watch don't exist. You know, the ones that show when he stops holding back and beats Goblin with little to no difficulty every single time.
Okay, I won't deny that. He does do that.
Film Goblin has even admitted Spider-Man is unstoppable for him. This adds up as the same
He has admitted that. Oh my god, he's about to use this bomb feat.
bombs that turn buildings and bunkers to rubble and people to...
You notice how that only evaporated the clothes and muscles of the people? You notice how the bones weren't destroyed or anything around him? That wouldn't do anything to Homelander. Stop acting like that bomb is such a good feat.
dust at best put him out for a few seconds. On top of all that, Homelander never uses his powers to their full potential. Characters that are comparable to his power usually mop the floor with him because of this. He's never once used his speed.
He was actually beating Soldier Boy and Homelander when they were fighting him on his own. The only reason he was being beat was because it took Butcher, Soldier Boy, and Huey to beat him. And he was still able to overpower them and fly away.
During combat, not even when Huey learned crucial information Homelander didn't want getting out. He didn't once think of blitzing Huey to stop him. And you actually think...
Because Huey was in the vents, and he didn't want to kill anybody in the raw ice. That was an accident. He was trying to just kill Huey and get it over with. He didn't want to cause a huge destruction.
He's standing a chance against a frequent Avenger. Before we wrap this up, let's get a few minor debunks out of the way too. All Homelander needs to do is grab Spider-Man and it's over. While all Spidey needs to do is shoot a web down his throat and he can't breathe.
How would he do that? Homelander would be able to smell that, see that, and sense that. Also, by the way, wouldn't Homelander just be able to use his X-ray vision to see through Peter's suit and see the web shooters, which he would easily be able to crush?
All Homelander needs to do is shoot a laser at Spider-Man once. All Spidey needs is a straw. There's no way Spider-Man would find a weakness.
Someone with Spider-Man strength is not going to do the same feat that Maeve did. Maeve would walk the floor with Spider-Man.
As for Homelander, right, it's not like Spider-Man is known for thinking on his toes and finding an unstoppable opponent's weakness. With that, I think we're done here. This isn't every talking point, but these are all the big ones I could think of. Now watch as The Boys Season 5 makes Homelander a planet buster and ruins everything I just said. Oh well.
Bye. That was a dumb video.